only two types of guys out there. Ones that can handle me and the ones that are scared. Well, baby, I hope that you can prepare. I run a tight ship, so beware. Yeah, I'm like the ringleader, I call the shots. I'm like a firecracker, I make it hot when I put on the show. Feel the adrenaline moving through my veins. Spotlight on me and I'm ready to break.
That's some bullshit. That was a whole 30 minutes of me talking about random assorted stuff. Only to be thwarted by OBS, completely resetting its audio settings and thinking everything had to be on default. I guess I forgot to factor that in. Go me. Okay. Awesome, cool. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Sorry you had to see me just mouthing to myself for however long you might have been here. I was talking about star forcing, making a Kaiser video, and generally how my life has been for the past month because I haven't been streaming. But I'm just kind of sitting here doing my dailies because I haven't done that and I figured it'd be a good opportunity to stream too. Some people would say I'm kind of crazy for farming in SR2 because I'm at 285, but it's like I'm already full clearing. I don't really see much of an issue outside of the fact that I might be getting less experience overall, but I'm not too much in a rush to get to like 290. Because I frankly don't know if I would even have the damage to one-shot in places like Night Road 4. Granted, Night Road 4 is like the #1 spot for lazy farming, as it's just 4 platforms that are easily designed for Sol Yanis in mind, those 3 orbs and such. But man, getting to 290 is such a slog. And I've said it before, it's like Talahart's kind of drab, kind of soul-sucking in regards to like how gray it is, and ugh. At least with Karsi, you have variety, you have vibrancy, you have like wild purples in this area, and you go to Calm Beach too, and it's like, you know, as it says, it's a calm beach. Can't really go wrong with that. But then you start going to these places, it's like, what the hell is it called? Like, you go places like Grave of the Gods, Fate Fields of Eternity, Judgment, and Providence. It's like, it's so gray, with little patches of color here and there, but you're expected to be in Talahart from 290 to 300? Or at least 295 when they introduce a Boris or something like that? That's so soul-crushing. If I'm going to be going into a super high level zone like 290 to 300 or something like that, I want it to look ethereal. I want it to, I want colors going absolutely nuts, going crazy. Make it seem like, oh, you worked your ass off. Look at this psychedelic hellhole that you're about to go into. Like, sure, there's going to be monsters, but, you know, you're killing gods, so it's not like it's going to be a problem. But now it's like gray. Granted, the mobs look cool. Like, you see something like that, and you think, oh, that's an ethereal being. Or you get Executor of Eternities. It's like, okay, that's cool. All right, I'm down to clown with that. I don't know. I am not feeling this song right now. So, chat. How did your Star Force go? Rather, your Shining Star Force. As for me, I was getting started on this topic before Moo told me that my microphone was not being transmitted, but I decided to toss myself onto the grill, I guess, and tried to star my eternal shoulder. The one shoulder that I have. I knew it was going to blow up, but regardless, I had like nearly 40 bill to, burn. And I figure, okay, if it actually goes, then I'll make some kind of gain for later on. But as you can see, it clearly did not go, unfortunately. It's like I knew it was going to blow up, despite the fact that I kept running simulations on the calculator website, thinking, it's actually not too bad. I've even streaked a few times. It's like, maybe I do have a chance. It's not as bad. I should stop having Star Force anxiety. And then I started going through the ringer, dealing with 16, 17, 16, 15, 16, 15, 16. I got up to 19, and then it sunk back down, and then I fought it for a bit longer, and then it went. It's like, how am I supposed to get past this anxiety of starring stuff that has such heavy weight behind it? But then be told, oh, this item that you grinded 20 weeks of easy caling for, yeah, that's gone. All that time and effort saving up that money, gone. Like, what the fuck? My Adele's Dreamy belt exploded. My Lynn's belt went 22, so I don't know how to feel about it. Well, what do you find more important, your Adele or your Lynn? I guess in one way, it's kind of equalizing things a bit. Oh, yeah. Since my microphone wasn't working, I guess I could just talk about this again. I have been saving up my frags. Oh. Well, I would have been 8 set with the Dreamy Belt on my Adele, but the Lynn, I only have a Zerk and a Mitra. So that Lynn's Dreamy isn't going to be used for a while. Yeah, fair enough. Admittedly, my CFE is already 22, 102 and 4, and decent enough potential, which I'm going to toss some cubes at it later. I've got a Dreamy at 21 because I'm too fucking scared to even try and tap it, because fuck that. Let me replace this and I'll show it off a bit more. Okay. So this is at 21. Flames are pretty good. Got 3-line strength. No problem. It's more or less usable. And I've even got this sucker. I just tossed this onto the Star Force UI and just brute forced it for funsies, and I got it to 22. And I figured, okay, fine. I guess I'll make it an actual damage pendant. And sure enough, I got 72 and 5 flame and 3-line strength. So eventually it'll replace this Sweetwater pendant, or not the Sweetwater pendant, the Gollix pendant, because I know at a certain point you're supposed to replace Gollix with the Daybreak. But whenever I try to, and I punched it, like I'm punched in numbers, and I, kept wearing this stuff versus the other stuff, and it's like, Gollix ekes out. and it's still better. I don't know why. How many more pitches am I going to have to get? And I think the answer is going to have to, unfortunately, be whenever I get an ET to 22, and the damn thing has not gone. I've boomed about 5 of these things so far, and if I ever get one to 21 again, I'm probably just going to settle, which sucks because I have to outdo my Connor ring, which is 22. Which maybe it would be better by itself. Like, maybe the ET at 21 could be better than the Kana at 22, considering the level difference. But it is a continuing trend of anxiety related to Star Force, because I wish. But unfortunately, Chronos. Why is my damage sucking all this? Oh, right. My buffs ran out. Let me fix that. I guess I can do another 30 minutes here. Okay. Pitched pity when? That's what I'm asking. I mean, I've made that video requesting pitched pity tokens, you know. Also, I hope I'm not transmitting too loud versus everything else. Am I? Because I'm taking a look at the microphone bar in OBS, and I'm noticing it's trending heavily into the yellow territory. But I don't know how it sounds to y'all. But if you or anyone lurking in the chat hasn't seen the video, I'm basically advocating for Inkwell to add in a token system where, on top of the regular chances for pitches to drop, it also drops a guaranteed token. Now, the original idea was like, okay, something pertaining to the boss, but then I thought that's too much effort. How about we just have something hard Lotus and above drop a token, and then every 5 weeks or so, if you do enough bosses, you can get a guaranteed selection of a pitch. Because if you're doing up to Kalos or Kaling or even fucking what's his name, Limbo, you shouldn't have to be limited because of the RNG system in this game. Like, straight up. There are some people who have never even seen a eye patch in their entire time here. I talk about it in the video where it's like one person in particular, Marksman Brian, he hasn't gotten an eye patch in 4 years, 7 months, and however many days from making that video script. He's gotten one since then, but still, it's the fact that, you know, it's nuts. And now they're introducing a brilliant set, which currently consists of another ring, a pendant, and soon to be a medal. Are they going to introduce another boss that has a flammable title? Or perhaps the title could have potential? I don't know. Either way. Adversary looks cool. I don't mind having bosses added in to I don't want to say lower levels, but considering I'm 285, it would be a lower level area. So, you know, I don't mind that, because that means on release day I could more than likely go into normal mode and solo it. By the time it actually gets here to GMS, we'll have I'll have my masteries done. And that'll be the patch where the Ascent skill comes in, and I'll probably have frags and solar ready to go for that. Of course, I'd probably do easy on practice, just to, you know, practice mechanics, but yeah, regardless. That doesn't seem like too bad of an entry point into the Brilliant set, honestly. But man, I'm gonna miss that IED. Yeah, but you have to be able to do Baldrix in order to do Extreme. That's the thing, though. At this current moment, I'm only 338 mil CP. Oh. See, that's the thing. So many people would say that kind of thing dead stone cold serious. And it's like, buddy, I'm just a man. I'm not like a robot that grinds all day every day. I'm kind of hoping this is gonna sound a bit silly, but I'm hoping the first adversary is just a straight up single bar brawl, kind of like Darknell. Like, no fancy phases, no, inherent gauge mechanics, no anything crazy like that. Just, all right, it's just me, you, and 2 other nerds, I guess. But we're gonna fight in this big spirit arena. Go. That's it. Like, I don't want to have to manage gauges. I don't want to have to think, oh, he's gonna do this attack in like 30 seconds. I gotta prep for it. And it's like, fuck it. Just go for it. But then again, maybe that's because I'm, so biased towards Kaiser being a DPM class. It's like, okay, well, I can just adapt, dodge stuff, and keep doing damage. I would assume the first 2 difficulties are going to be similar feeling to how Envy. Yeah. It's like a bit too easy. You can understand some of the mechanics, or unless you mean like they're withholding some mechanics in the easier difficulties, then in which case then I'm kind of screwed, because I'm not really sure how I would do in a normal solo quite yet. Here's something I don't know, though. Something a bit unrelated to the TFA. How come they never actually made Karot an actual zone to train in? Like, in the story, they could easily just say, okay, you're gonna go to this in-between dimension and then fight these mobs. They could make maps out of that, no problem. Just have it be like a reverse city kind of deal where it's like, this is an optional area to go to. And because of the first 2 difficulties go up to Encalus level, so I would assume that they are meant to have mechanics related to that area of the game. Yeah. I just got a message from my artist. I wonder what she is saying. Oh. I have been in contact with Jelly Lemon, my artist, as of recent, and I'm actually getting new emotes made. Actual custom emotes, which is crazy, because for the last 6 years I've been streaming, I've been kind of using like a hodgepodge of small edits here and there, other actual content, from the game. Maybe a thing here or 2 from her. But now it's like, I've got actual emotes, and I've got more coming. And I love them. They're great. Though I feel like Twitch readability is always a pain in the butt, because you think an emote looks good on Discord. It's also looking good as a sticker. But then you have to factor in like, oh, these Twitch emotes are too damn small. I feel like it's like an art in itself, just trying to convey something in such a small resolution accurately. But I digress entirely. Either way, I'm looking forward to TFA because that means I won't have to worry about doing Chaos Vellum for a paycheck anymore. I can just do the actual hard stuff. Start with or knock off Papulatus and Vellum from this list and just have Extreme Lotus be the start where I do like TFA and why do I keep my brain is screaming at me to call him Prism? It's like, no, that's not his name. His name is Limbo. Why the hell am I thinking of that? Ugh. I'm thinking they're gonna be doing 295 content in their winter update. To which I will look at it, I will see it, and I will laugh and forget about it entirely because I'm not even anywhere close to Talahart. How are they supposed to get me excited for 295 content? I think a curve is going to happen at some point, but I can see Nexon trying to justify it, or justify not giving a curve, simply because of the fact that they can say, oh, well, we introduced 4x times coupons, and also the passive from Solyanis gives you experience. So why should we give you a curve? It's already a curve. You see? Haha. Or, better yet, we can just try to get Inkwell to introduce a curve for GMS. I think that would be a bit more realistic, to be honest. Like, I really want to push the limit on this Go West thing. If he's so determined to make GMS its own client of the game, I think we all need to band together as a community and start, asking for quality of life changes that aren't exclusively like, dumb little things. Well, I'm trying to think of some examples, but none are coming to mind right now. I guess I could go into the suggestions channel and check it out. Like, there are some genuinely good ideas in the suggestion feedback channel, but there's also a fair amount of people that are just going in there with non-constructive criticisms and insults and stuff that obviously is not a valid post. And you're right. The angry pink bean spam in the Discord chat is also kind of just a fucking menace. Just to say so candidly. And listen, when you're dealing with, on average, 30 people in a chat at any given day, suddenly seeing that number get boosted up to 750 during maintenance nightmare mode, it's very mentally taxing. And I can't really say something like that in the chat, I feel, because people would probably see that as like, oh, you volunteered for Discord mod, you Discord Janny. But they themselves wouldn't have known what kind of stress comes under that. I don't know. I think this has just been kind of a reflection on what the Maple community has been turned into over the last year or so. And I hate to say it, it's kind of unwelcoming. Like, I've seen so many people join the Discord and be like, hey, returning player from 12 years ago, 13 years ago, 20 years ago, or whatever, wanting to play it for funsies, maybe getting ready for Maple Classic. But there's so many people out there who just kind of brush them off or make snide remarks or act like, oh, you don't know this? How dare you? You should know everything about these terminologies. And it's like, no, you got to start small. What's wrong with being descriptive, you know? At least I try to do that whenever I'm trying to explain something to someone new. Give us wild totems back? Yeah. I think... I will get back to that. They want the game to grow, but don't act like it. I think they are so locked in to what they perceive the game to be. Like, they feel like they need to do WAPs all day, every day, and then have Shining Star Force come, like, about. And it's like Christmas. But you have to fight Santa Claus to get presents. And Santa's got hands. Like, sure. Some people say, oh, I got my belt to 22. I got my earrings to 22. I got everything to 22. Or whatever. And then you see other people where it's like, oh, I had 94 billion, but now I only have 14 bill, and I've lost 3 eternal torments and a whole bunch of pendants and capes. Ask me how I know. They glorify it. Even though half the community just wants to toss himself out of a building afterwards. I don't understand. Like, you don't have to settle for this. You don't need to feel like you need to grind 6 hours a day in a map doing this kind of thing over and over and over again, only to be told by the game that your Star Force or cubing efforts have failed, so you cannot hit the bigger number on these bosses. You don't have to do that. You know? If everyone actually just unionized on a coherent and simple request, I think eventually, with enough pushing and shoving, they'll budge. For example, familiar cards. I have been up their butt since the familiar revamp was announced back in April 2020, right? And for years before that, I was advocating for an updated familiar system, because prior to that, we were using the one from 2010, while Japan had updated their system a few times, actually, so that you could have up to 3 familiars out. And so, as someone who is a super familiar maniac here, and, oh, we're getting a revamp, we're getting 3 fams at once, oh my god, we can actually re-roll them, as opposed to just having to deal with, you know, set potentials. Great. Then you're told, oh, Reboot can't re-roll them. Why? And so I've been bugging them about it. I have been asking them for red cards. Hell, Reboot in Japan MS can actually get red cards for NX, but I suppose the reason why they wanted to not have that problem is because of Reboot's idea of not having a pay-to-win system. We're not Reboot anymore. We have plenty of pay-to-win aspects in Chronos. We've had plenty of events where that happens. In fact, we have one going right now. If you spend $60 or whatever, you can get that boss title, which gives boss damage. But I don't want red cards to be available for NX. I have been trying to get red cards available for anything but. Be it Meso, be it reward points, but primarily familiar points. Like something. And after all this time, they finally introduce the blue cards, which doesn't tier up fams, but it's not like people were going to be tiering up fams in the first place with red cards, considering their tier up rate from unique to legendary is like 0.8 or some bullshit. Maybe less, I forgot. So they allowed us to technically re-roll our fams. Great. But then they had the gall to say events only, or compensation only. Or if you really want to do that, you gotta pay for this. I'm sorry, am I just seeing 3 fragments out there? That's crazy. You gotta pay this battle pass for the super special boxes with the the fam cards in them. And it's like, that's not what I wanted. Here's what I want to see, right? You go in the shop, you get a mystical blue card or whatever they call it, for 500 points each, unlimited stock. That's it. No gimmicks, no limit, no time window on when you can purchase it, just there forever. Because let's face it, you're trying to roll 2 lines in a very large pool of potentials. Everyone's used blue cards before, and they easily know how long it takes to get anything useful. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're aware at how long people have to grind to get something to unique from rare. And I've made plenty of, cards from these priests, right? You can see them. Oh, pardon. All the way down here. It's like, I made 30 so far, and only 2 have been somewhat useful. Something's got to change here, man. And while we're doing this change, add in the fucking expansion slots already. I feel like I'm flaunting my privilege as a familiar collector whenever I pull this up on stream, because I've got this many slots, a little over 1,000. And people are stuck at 100 or 200 at best. I don't want to be one of the few people that has over 1,000. Everyone should be entitled to be able to go up to 2,000, which is the cap. And while we're on the subject, familiars should not be taking up an entire slot in your inventory when it's up to 100, right? Because my inventory is slowly getting clogged with these cards. I think the stack number should be 9,000 or 9,999. That would save so much space, But what do people do? They call for familiar bags. It doesn't make sense to me. You got to work smart, not, overcomplicate things. Because if you try to ask Nexon to do harder, things that take effort, like coding an entire bag type that holds familiars, going through the QC process of making sure that only familiars go into that thing, can be stored in that thing, and don't do a stack overflow when it's fully, overloaded, all that kind of stuff. Why not just change the variables in these stack numbers to go from 100 to 9,999? It's not that hard. Though with the sheer amount of familiars, it would probably take a while just to edit all those variables in, but I digress. What the hell was I even talking about originally before going on about familiars? Totems? Yeah. I genuinely would love to see the Chains of Retribution. As much as I hate AI, you're not wrong. I mean, it's not like I'm asking for, generation of visuals or paragraphs or whatever. It's just number editing. I think it could do that. But I hope, small bit of hope I've got, that Nexon will finally allow Chronos and heroic servers in general to use the chains this time around in Ride or Die 2. Because to be completely honest, I think Chronos can handle it. If the issue was, oh, well, we don't want the servers to stress out too much, whatever. Like, I remember way back in the day where it's like, oh, we have to limit the number of totems or Kishin or something like that because of server stress. Yeah, but that was like 2016 or 2018 or something like that. It's 2025, and I'm sure Nexon's at least upgraded the servers a few times. I think it could handle that kind of stress now. So what's the deal? Are they afraid of heroic server players progressing too fast? Please. With the sheer amount of stuff that they're making everyone do, like making sure their hexagrids are fully maxed out, or, getting up to Talahart, or whatever, there is always going to be something to do. However fast you're progressing doesn't matter. And even if you progress too fast on one character, you're still going to have to make a Legion champion at some point because, hey, you want to make even more gains? Get 6 characters, or however many it's requiring you, to solo up to E-Kalos or something crazy like that. It's just a constant game of grinding. I genuinely don't believe that there is such a thing as progressing too fast in this game anymore. So why not just introduce totems in Chronos, Like, people have to think big when it comes to Go West. Push the envelope. Make them, do some crazy shit that Korea would never have agreed to. Because if they can budge on familiar cards, even an inch, it shows everyone that they can be moved on certain topics. If not every topic, if there's enough pushback. I mean, shit. The introductory memo from Inkwell said that he would not be implementing the Korean changes that were going to be killing off Reboot, pretty much. Or whatever was about to be plaguing us. Like, he decided, no, I'm not going to put that into GMS. So they're clearly able to make adjustments to the game like that. So, what's stopping people from trying to get quality of life improvements for GMS that may not be in Korea? Are they just so concerned that it's just impossible? Do they think it's just such an impossible task that they would never allow it? It wouldn't work. Why? Just come on. Also, I apologize if I'm just kind of ranting off like a madman. It's just I don't have much of a vent. Like a... what's the word? I don't have much of a soapbox to vent off these frustrations, I suppose, because I don't want to be put in an official position, right? Where it's like, oh, if I say this on the Discord as a mod, then that might be used against me. But it's like, I'm on my stream and my opinions are my own. So I want to say what I want to say. I think there was one subject I was discussing before I was told that my microphone was not transmitting properly, but something has been prevalent over the past year, and I think it's finally showing ahead, especially after those extended maintenance periods on the Discord. I feel like Maple's community has become more toxic outright. Now, I don't know if it's just people coming out of the woodwork to, just be a troll. I don't know if it's people just being shitty on purpose. But I don't know. It's like it's getting harder and harder to recommend people to come back play in this game because you know deep down in your heart that they're going to probably run into someone that is going to give them all sorts of shit if they don't know how to do one thing that might be simple to them but incredibly hard to them. Like, I need help with normal varicella, and to someone who is, you know, a bit toxic, I suppose, they could probably see that as like, oh, you need help with normal? Why aren't you doing hard? How, like, what the hell are you? Some kind of noob? Or something like that. I'm not very good with being toxic because I try not to be. But you know the types of people. I also kind of see it in peer pressure, honestly. In Star Force, you see it on other people's streams, you see it in Smegas, you see it in, you know, friend lists or guild chats or whatever. It's always the same thing. Just tap, forehead. Don't settle. You know, just boom your stuff for the funnies. With no regards to like, oh, do you have the money? Do you have the spares? Do you feel like, you know, you want to go for it in the first place? Nah, just tap. It's like, come on. There's gotta be something, like something's gotta give here when it comes to that. But I think it's really gonna have to start with people just realizing this is just a mushroom game. You know? I think now would probably be a good time to take a small break from grinding. Instead of just standing here and doing whatever for the next 30 minutes, I kind of want to use the cubes I got. So, let's see. I wanted to toss these cubes onto my earrings, just for the fun of it. I got 100 of these barites. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that could work. Now, will I get 3-line strength? Probably not, but we'll do it for funsies. Maybe not the best cubing music. There we go. That would be swell. I have been trying to get 3-line attack on a secondary for the past year or so, and I've sunk about 17 to 100 cubes into that thing, and I've gotten everything but 3-line attack. It's bizarre. Like, I've got strength, I've got int, luck, dex, HP. I forgot if HP is even a secondary thing, but I even got 3-line damage. And I was told 3-line damage is about as rare as it is getting 3-line attack. I think that thing is cursed. Wow. But if I could just get that thing to 3-line attack, then I would be done with my WSE. Let's see, I've got 14 build. What I've heard is secondary is like 80 to 100 bill on average. You know, I'm kinda believing that, to be honest. It's a pain in my butt. Trying to find a good song. That'll work. So close. You know, I'm kind of at the point where it's like, I'm not even really again. I'm not even looking at the lines. I'm kind of keeping an eye on the numbers more than anything. Because if they're both 2 lines of yellow, then that's when you know you've got something good. Oof. Now the game's just teasing me. What's up with that? Now the game's really fucking with me. 13, 13, and 7 for luck. That's not very lucky, now is it? I will admit, though, I would kind of laugh if I get like 13, 13, 7 on strength. Because it's like, yeah, great, it's an additional 3% strength, but it's not 3 lines. But I suppose at that point it would just be kind of the same, really. You know what? Heck with it. Let's go for another set. If nothing comes from this, then I'll probably sink a few more shinings or the other type of cube onto the secondary just for the fun of it, just to show you guys what kind of mess I've been dealing with. I will say, though, I have the means to get a whole bunch of money every week through boss meals, but I've just not felt the need to actually do it. Like, sure, I can get on the mechanic, the Kana, the Pathfinder, whatever else I need to do to get that 1.4 times 5 or whatever. Also, DA's in the house, hello? But, like, what am I saving up for at this point? Eternals? Takes forever to just get a whole bunch of spares. Pitches? I don't get enough of those to even think about saving up. It's like the best thing I'm working towards is Hexa stuff, which is a guaranteed gain. Because full strength Infernal Breath is like 15% final damage, and it's actually like the second strongest skill in a BA. That actually outdoes my normal DPS skill, which is nuts to think about. So the sooner I can get that done and finished, the more gains I'll have, and I'll maybe even be able to solo X-Lotus. If not for those flames in the special shop. Because last time I tried X-Lotus, I got him to 75% in Phase 3. And I think if I were to have the means to be just a bit stronger, maybe a bit better with hands, I could probably do it. Just barely, though.
Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music. Like old times. Like old times. So, now I'll start the melody on the organ. Oldie but a goodie.
Not this time, it seems.
That's just plain poppycock.
Oh well. Nah, the heck with that. Automate cubing and automate starring. Instead of having to simply just sit through all these animations, you can just tell the system what you want to see in something, right? Like, say, I want to submit 100 glowing cubes. Do you suppose that they might change the rates for something when doing an automated service? Just checking Discord stuff. That's fair. Here it is. Actually, no. I'm going to go to my actual cubing map because I have no faith in this system. But yeah, when it comes to this thing, I'm just looking for 2 sets of yellow numbers. That's it. I'm not expecting it to be like large or anything, but just something different. And I'm terrified of the day where I see a yellow number here, or I see 2 sets, and I'm just like, oh, muscle memory. Roll over it. Eh. Wait a second. It took me this long to realize. You also know, Vivi. I don't know why it took me this long to realize. I was taking a look at the OBS feed just to get a better zoom in because I don't feel like shrimping. And then I realized, oh, wait a second, I know that icon. Wait a second, I remember you. You know, that kind of thing. Sorry for taking that long to recognize you. I don't think this stack is gonna go, guys. I see 30 left, but I know every single roll is going to be garbage. You know, it's a bit TOS breaky, but perhaps it would be possible to code an AI application that would actively look at the screen and continuously hold down the enter key, clicking it until it sees 3 lines of attack. You would have to provide 3 lines of attack, like maybe a Photoshop or something, or just give it vague notions on what to look for. And if it does see that, and if it does catch 3 lines, then it would stop immediately. But, like I said, that would be probably going against the terms of service and be very kind of sussy. Same goes for Star Force, really. Now what? Guess I could. Like I'm at this point I'm kind of waiting for. You know? Maybe I could do something fun. Let me take care of some stuff, and I'll come right back, and maybe we can toss ourselves at Kalos. Okay. So, in non-Maple news, I have been collecting a vast swath of Steam games for streaming, and some of them, I'm not going to name all of them. Let's see, Control, Terraria, Noida, Atlas, Angerfoot, RoboQuest, Barony. What else? Because I have a list that goes back pretty far. Home Safety Hotline, Castle Crashers, just to name a few. Devil May Cry series, all 5 of them. Tetris Effect. Like, there is a substantial amount of things that I could play on stream, and I'm a bit overwhelmed, and there's still games I could possibly get from the summer sale going on, and I've got money in my wallet. So I think what I'm going to try is maybe have... I don't know, I could probably think of some system where I make a video, I make a wheel on a web browser, put in the list of games that I'm thinking of streaming, and spin the wheel, and make the schedule out of that. And then put that on YouTube, and have, like, or on BlueSky or something, and be like, okay, well, that's what I'm going to play this week. Join in. I think that could work, yeah. But, of course, I still got to do Maple in the meantime. I'll figure something out. Now let's see, let's switch back to bossing. Get into bossing mode. And anything I need to charge? Not for. I would like to do an easy run. Well, you know what? Maybe not an easy run. I already know what to do. Blah. I'll just toss myself into normal, see how I do. I should be fine. Right after I wait about 50 seconds for the Cont 4 to run down its cooldown. Okay. Let's do a fun run, and then I guess we can end it there. It'll be about 2 hours. Also, for those who are not familiar with how I do things on bosses, I like to have custom tracks made. Well, custom in the sense of I customize what songs I listen to when I do bosses. And I've got a set for Kalos. So it might be a bit loud, but I try to guarantee it's at least fun. Just making sure we got all that. Yes, we do. Cool. Great. Let's head in. Hmm. That is loud, isn't it? Damn. I was thinking, okay, well, obviously, maybe it'd be fine. But no. Heck. Oh, I wonder if I said it so... I know what's happening now. Good, because that was kind of loud. I have to, unfortunately, be honest with that. Let's see. Yeah. So let's bring it up to this. Yeah, that should be fine. Actually, wait, did that even come in properly? Can you hear this track? Or is it not broadcasting properly? Hmm. We love audio issues. How about now? Cool. And I assume you hear this. Okay. Cool. Also, don't think I didn't notice the fact that you subscribed. So thank you very much. Don't know why the notification didn't play or the animation, but hey. Let me just slap these over here. So now you can use those fancy new emotes that I've been getting. Haha. Okay. Let's try this one more time. forgetting. I can't do that. Motherfucker. I got killed because of the animation delay that you have to sit through when you're doing a buff like that. Thanks, Nexon. That's embarrassing. This is the part where everything gets kind of shaky for me. Hey, Dad. And follow us. Boo. I teleported away from that. Oh, come on. I can't be directly on top of another one when firing at another? Come on now. That's just bad coding there. Three hits. I really need there to be a visual indicator for diving. Like, even as an accessibility option, like, there's really nothing that can be done. Unless you just actively keep them on your screen at all times, which, when you're trying to undo these things, it's kind of difficult, especially if you're by yourself, and it can get overwhelming pretty damn quick. Probably not even that hard. Considering masteries and such, probably making it that much easier. I had no way to stop that. Let's call it at 50%. It's a pain in the ass, that fight. Not because of Kalos, but because of the mechanics, the gimmicks even. Like, that's the best I could do because I get overwhelmed super easily, and when you're trying to deal with, an angry dog shooting lasers at you, it becomes a matter of, do you know by heart the angle of which you have to angle your orb to shoot at the thing from where you're standing, and also you have a bit of pressure. I don't have that knowledge. I don't run Kalos every single day to know exactly where those things are. And then you run into the issue of the DVD logo that's just bouncing all over the place, especially in phase 2 when you're already on one of those little receivers. You shoot it, and the hitbox is so big that it just activates the one that you're standing on. It's almost like you have to just say, fuck it, and just stand on top of the receiver you want to do instead of just trying to shoot for it. But, like, yeah. The only way I see myself actually doing Kalos is if I have my masteries fully done and over with. But yeah, they need alerts, straight up. Because I'm not going to play this game with sound on just because he does an audio cue. Like, what if okay. What if someone that is actually legitimately deaf plays, right? They're not going to know. Granted, if someone is deaf playing MapleStory, they're going to have an issue trying to find a party. But that's another problem entirely. Dive definitely needs an alert. But as for Breath, I'm usually trying not to be on the same level of Kalos that he is, because I know more often than not he's probably going to attack with that 2-frame laser attack that I kind of refer to internally as the whip, because that's how fast it comes out. But that one death was prominent when it comes to displaying the lag that this game has in lightning speed reactions. Because you saw me teleport down onto the bottom floor just to dodge that laser attack, but because of the actual real location of my character in the server's perspective still being in his hitbox, I died regardless. And I have to wonder if KMS players have to deal with the same thing because of their ping. But I'm not going to be able to see a fix for that anytime soon, because that feels like it's a hard-coded kind of deal. But yeah, that's normal Kalos for me. Unfortunately, I can only get to about halfway point of phase 2 without getting completely wrecked. I would say, maybe make the requirement to quell machines be 1 less orb. Because I swear it was like 2 orbs in phase 1, now it's 3 orbs in phase 2, and it's like, yeah, okay, I get that, and I know it's divided up by party members, but when you're just by yourself, it's really, really not fun. Anyway. I'm not even going to want to try Kaling, to be completely honest with you. Every time I try it, I can do bird. I can more often than not do tiger. But dog? No. No. I do not have that kind of capabilities as a DPM. At least that's how I feel about it. And then there's that test he does. Like, I have to get hit first so I can understand the rhythm. That's like... Anyway. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm thinking... What the dog doing? He doing the Vine tests. Hell, you know what? I got a burst ready to go. Why not? I will show you. Hey, Sega. Yeah, I haven't really been around very much, and that's kind of on me, feeling a lot of content burnout. Maybe a bit of disdain towards the community. Not that I'm faulting you people in chat. No. All right, let's see. Easy practice. Let's go. My question is, can you guys hear the music? Or did I set it up for myself again? Damn. Yeah, it's definitely been a while since I've streamed bosses, considering, like, I can hear it, and that's fine for me. Other people can't hear it? Oh well. It's not like I'm streaming. Let me fix that for you guys, then. Have to do it at some point anyway. Healing. Yep, that's exactly what's going on. 1, 2, and 3. Should be good now, yeah? Cool. Go! Alright, time to eat shit. Let's go. He does that one frame attack. Like, what the hell, dude? And then he does that? Shit. Immediately, the Dark Cloud. You gotta smack your face to make you stop, dude. It's that claw attack that he does. That, like, I cannot react fast enough. And then this happens. Yeah, I gotta get hit. So purple's way up, and I can't think off the top of my head what I would have to do, because I normally don't do dog. Like, I cannot deal with that. And yet Nexon wants me to solo hard Kaling just for a better weapon? Hello? they gotta factor in like 53 classes overall throughout all regions just to be able to do Destiny Liberation, and it's like, you're asking a whole heck of a lot, Chanksup. A whole heck of a lot, because majority of the classes are burst. Even if they are 2 minutes. DPM classes like me, though, like, you're gonna have to remember, we exist. Now, am I gonna be singing the same song when I get, you know, my masteries? Because Wingbeat's passive, you know, because we're totally ignoring the fact that Wingbeat is having more damage, questionably. What is it? I have to go to the Kaiser Discord and read off my own damn writing because I forgot. So, with the Wingbeat passive, you get an increase in Gigas Wave by 75% and Draco Surge damage increased by 110. So, factor that in with Inferno Breath. Let's see, what does Inferno Breath Mastery do at level 30? 14 lines of 38 or 3180 damage. For reference, my largest attack, my highest hitting consistent attack right now is the Dragon Blow on Tempest Blades. That does 3,800 damage for 10 lines. Every, I don't know, let's say 7 seconds. And that's if I actually connect everything. And so I have to connect everything, and if in a burst, that takes up so much time, right? But with Inferno Breath, if I'm doing 3180 damage every time I press this, that's a lot. And even more so, if I do a burst, and then I hit this, and then it resets and resets and resets. Because here's the thing about Inferno Breath, Hexa. You get a stronger Inferno Breath whenever you do 2. That does 8 lines of 2060 damage with 4 breaths. That's like 60,000 something damage. But if I'm doing combos like that on a boss, that's like tons of lines. Tons of lines. Let me look up something to show you guys, just to get you a visual, because that's how I learn. I'm a visual learner. Let me see. Maple Kaiser. Let me see what I can do. What can I do? And you know what's funny? Like, I have to look at these Korean videos because oh look, it's a Kaiser on a thumbnail. Obviously, it must be bossing, right? No, it's just another person making another video on what Kaiser is and how they perform. It's like, come on. I suppose this could work though. He's doing a boss and he's doing Dark Elf with full skill transparency, or opacity rather. So let me put that up for y'all. Okay. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. That's why I'm like, why is this not working? There we go. So check this out. This is some dude going up against Darknell. He's 285 and he's showing off what he can do. That would be the new Inferno Breath. That giant dragon you just saw. That one. Look at how huge this boy is. And he does so much damage. I mean, look at him. He is so tall. I'm astounded that they gave us this. But look at the lines that he's putting out on Darknell. It's nuts. And I'm going to be doing that soon. Me! By the way, I am very much not a fan of this new UI. It's very phone game coded, and it looks kind of tacky. I wish it was customizable, to be honest. By the way, that thing right there hitting him, that's the new Stone Dragon. That is the new version of... If I can get back to the game. This. Oh, skill transparency. Oops. Affectionately referred to as Stony. This guy is getting a massive visual upgrade in a few weeks, where he's not this little guy anymore. No. It's this thing. Big ass stone head. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit lost in watching this. I always get like this whenever new skills are gonna be coming out, whether it's masteries or V-cores or ascent skills or whatever, because it's like they've had this. They have had so much time to get accustomed to it, and yet we're stuck behind Korea by 6 months, and we're having to watch other people enjoy these skills for like half an entire year. Like, come on, we could have had this today. We could have had this when Stargazer dropped, but they opted not to do it. Because Sia Estelle. I don't know. I think they should have reversed it and just had the skills come out first and then Sia after. Because, so many problems with that class. My question is, how the hell are you playing with your skills being fully visible? Like, that's so much red and fire. I feel like that in itself is a challenge mode. Anyway. I'm getting a bit distracted, and I'm getting a bit tired. So, I think I'm gonna call it here. Let's see, it's only 7:04, and resets in about an hour. So, for those of you who came by today, thank you very much for doing so. I hope to be coming back into streaming soon. I'm going to be working on my Kaiser video, which hopefully shouldn't take too long to produce after I get the script done. It's not like going to be a huge edited thing. It's not going to be like grandiose and cinematic like I have been doing with some other solo projects, but hopefully it'll turn some heads towards Kaiser once around the time we get our masteries, because honestly, that's going to be huge for a lot of people. Like, y'all don't know. I'm definitely going to be streaming the day that masteries come out for sure, because y'all got to see it for yourselves. It is nuts. Outside of that, like I said earlier, I have a whole bunch of new games to stream from the Steam sale and whatnot over the past month, so I might put them on a wheel, I might spin it, write them down, and then make the schedule off of that if I really want to go back into it. Other than that, I'll see what I can do about coming back onto Maple streaming periodically while I'm farming, doing dailies, whatever, just having a chat with some people, I don't know. But, it's nice to be back. Oh, and for those who didn't catch the announcement earlier, I am actually getting some real streamer custom emotes made by the same lovely artist who has done my model and a whole bunch of work for me in the past. And if you subscribe now, you can get these fancy little things as a bonus. And if I'm taking a look correctly, give me just a second. She has made 3 so far, right? And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 left to go. So I will be adding them as they come in and as we're good, like as we approve of them. And I might actually having to be replacing some of the emotes that I have already. I'm thinking maybe Roro, unfortunately, maybe the Axo, but maybe that'll come back in some other form. We'll have to see. It really just depends on what kind of slots that I've got available. Anyway, thank you all for coming out, and I hope to see you all again soon. If the button would work. There we go.